Stealing is not cool. But you know what else is not cool? That's right. Bringing up the past just to find someone to blame for USA losing OWC. I'm talking, of course, about Vix, who decided that he's gonna be the vigilante, the main character in this situation, and decide who exactly is to blame for the US losing OWC. A little bit of context for those of you who don't know. USA, aka United States of America, lost OWC, aka also World Cup, to South Korea, aka South Korea. And players on both teams played amazingly, putting up insane performance, and I dare say the best performance in the last few years, or even in the also history as a whole, with South Korea finally dethroning the United States after a 6-year reign as the OWC champions. So everyone was really excited for SK to win, and after they did, people were mostly happy, except for some salty losers like this guy. This whole saga started off relatively peaceful, with Vix tweeting that well played South Korea, well played USA, and saying that it was an insane match and USA should have picked no mod 1. Just congratulating the teams, telling them that they did good, that it was good entertainment, that we enjoyed the matches, and then 1 hour later he comes back and starts crying, starts fucking whining on Twitter. So we had 7 really fucking awesome players who deserved fucking better than Utami, and yet we put Utami on the fucking team. Well fucking played. Would have loved a full team of 8 players who deserve to represent our country, but we decided against good morals. Well played to the 7 GOATs of US. Normally I would wait to post this because I do care about the rest of the team, but I seriously cannot believe that this shit happened. Next year do better. I don't give a fuck about what any of you guys say. Second chance in life isn't a second chance in OSU, and it never will be. Utami leaving the community is literally better for them than staying and aging in a community that will never fully support them. Okay, excuse me if I'm interrupting, but who the fuck are you to decide what this guy's playing? Like, my guy, he just wants to click circles. What is wrong with you? Again, a little bit of context, because this happened a long time ago, so I'm not sure if everyone remembers. But Utami left the community for about 1.5 years because of SA allegations. For those of you who don't know, SA stands for sexual assault. He allegedly communicated a lot of questionable stuff, as well as allegedly flashing his dick on a Discord call, and saying a lot of cringy questionable shit in general. After that, he got quote-unquote exiled from the community, after which he spent 1.5 years away from the community, and then after coming back, he posted this apology, saying that he's sorry, that he went through therapy, and that he will do better from now on. And now that he came back, he resumed playing and qualified for the United States OWC team, and honestly showed amazing performance, popping off like crazy during the OWC, but unfortunately that wasn't enough, and the United States lost either way. Now, I'm not gonna point fingers to say whose fault it is that the United States lost, because honestly, no one's. All players did well, it just happens that sometimes there are players who are better than you. And I don't think there is anything shameful in that. I think they should be proud of themselves that they made it to the 2nd place, even with everyone rooting against them. But okay, let's get back to our protagonist. People not realizing I've been publicly critical of Utami for months now is quite silly. I wish the USA OWC team heads weren't supportive and willing to put Utami on the team. My gripes are with the management mostly, and I understand players wanting to play for the USA, but sadly someone higher up than you said Utami is on the team, which is something that should be fought against. And I've quite literally told that to some players. So it's basically more of the same shit. This guy is mad that they put Utami on the team and not someone else, because he thinks that since Utami did something wrong in the past, he shouldn't be allowed to play on the USA team. And because he was playing on the USA team, they lost. Which is just a brain-dead statement. Like, replace those allegations with, like, I don't know, being in prison for 1 year because he committed burglary. Would the argument be the same? That we don't want anything to do with criminals? Well, no, of course not. Then tell me, how is this different? There have been many stories with murderers or people who've done terrible things, serving their prison sentence, coming out and becoming perfectly normal human beings, understanding what they did wrong and never repeating that again. The whole reason the jail exists is for people to serve their time, go out and become a functioning member of society. Same happened here, except for the fact that instead of jail, Utami went to therapy. But this guy somehow thinks that something that Utami did wrong in the past makes him the reason that USA lost. Like, brother, I can't even begin to understand the logic behind this. But anyway, let's see what the replies say. Spook says, seeing a well-known member of the community taking advantage of a teenager in his most vulnerable moments just to spew the most bullshit forced hate is generally miserable. Utami played better than anyone in the US did and could do. Embarrassing to see something like this from you. If you're wondering what he's referring to, is that after US lost, Utami broke down crying on the stream. So that shows that if anyone wanted to win, it was definitely Utami. I mean, just imagine preparing for the tournament and giving your all to try and win for your country, but then eventually losing, just to have clowns like these crying on Twitter. And the crazy thing is that Vix is not the only one. Say hi to AKNZX, who just simply tweeted sex offender down. It's honestly baffling to me how people can type this shit out and then just post it without even thinking. Like, what has to go through your mind that instead of being happy for South Korea or saying that everyone played well and being happy that you got to enjoy fun matches, you go and tweet this shit out? How is this relevant, bro? And then of course we have AKNZX dick riders saying that they don't care what any fucking idiots has to say and that no one else understands the scope of what he did, and that he will never be welcome back into the community, and that people who are defending him are fucking losers, and that we need to use our fucking brains. And like, my god, bro, what are you even on about? Okay, I'm not justifying what Utami did, okay? What he did was completely wrong. He should have never done it. And for that, he's rightfully being shamed, because he's a fucking dumbass for doing that. But then if you're going to hate him or shame him, at least do it properly. Because what is this 5th grade insult type shit? Like, this is the same level of insults as if you have taken my cookie and I came up to you, punched you in the face and said that your mom died. Like, how is that relevant to the cookie, bro? Well, at least there are some reasonable people who say that this guy is a fucking retard and that Utami was 17 when all of this happened, and that he took a year and a half to reflect on his actions and came back a better person. But this monkey won't even listen. He just continues with his blabbering, saying that their age doesn't justify their actions, and neither does change, and that Utami put a stain on the community and blah blah blah. But again, where do you see justification here? Is anyone saying that what he did back in the day was okay? Or that his age excuses it? No. People are simply stating that he spent 1.5 years away from the community, came back a better person, and now he's going to be a part of this community, whether you like it or not. So it's up to you whether you forgive them or no, but most people will inevitably do. Because it's common sense that you shouldn't have a grudge against someone who was 17 and did some stupid shit. Cause hell, by that logic, when I was 12, I stole 2 candies from the shop, so now I should be shamed for the rest of my life because of that. But yeah, anyway, you pretty much get the point. And again, if you go harassing or hating anyone, you are cringe and you are not welcome in this community. But yeah, that's about it for the Utami situation. Don't be like these guys and let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye later.